Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl. Today in this video we're going to see how to crochet this zigzag scarf. It is a scarf but it can be styled in many different ways, as a cowl, as a wrap or as a shawl. This uses only one skein of Lion Brand Mandala Yarn, which is again another advantage of this project. It is super easy, super quick and beginner friendly too. So here are some pictures of how it can be styled, and I hope you will enjoy this video. If you want a written pattern of this zigzag scarf, it is available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. I have updated the link of this written pattern in the description box. Please do not forget to check it out if you would like a written pattern of this scarf. Meanwhile, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well, so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So for this project I'll be using this Lion Brand Mandala Yarn. It's a size 3 yarn. It's about 590 yards, and it gives a wonderful drape. And I'm gonna use my 5mm crochet hook for this, and the color scheme that I'll be using today is Cupid. But you can work this scarf in any color schemes of mandala yarn. It's still gonna look very pretty. So for row 1 I'm going to work 288 chains. We are going to work multiple of 8 chains plus 4 chains. If you check in the written pattern, I have mentioned how you can modify this scarf for different lengths. And once you have worked 288 chains, I'm going to work 4 more chains, which will give 292 chains. And this turning chain is going to count as first double crochet. Then I'm going to work 1 double crochet on the 5th chain from the hook. Now you have turning 3 chains plus 1 chain on the end, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet each on the next 3 chains. So altogether we have 4 double crochets and turning 3 chains. So we are going to work 1 double crochet each on next 4 chains after the turning chain, and then once that is done we are going to skip 3 chains and work 1 slip stitch on the 4th chain. So we have worked our first zigzag here, and we are going to work our second zigzag. We'll see how to do that. For that I am going to work chain 3, and then I will work 1 double crochet each on next 4 chains. And once that is done, I am going to skip 3 chains and then I will work 1 slip stitch on the 4th chain. And here we are, we have worked our second zigzag here. You can see how beautifully it is getting formed. Now we'll work our third zigzag. I'm going to work a chain 3, and then I will work 1 double crochet each on next 4 chains, and then I will skip 3 chains and work 1 slip stitch on the 4th chain. So we are going to continue this till the end. So at the end we'll finish off with the slip stitch. So go ahead, continue this pattern till the end. We'll have 36 zigzag at the end of this row. So this scarf is not worked continuously. We'll work each row separately, and on the go we'll attach the second row, that is the next row, to the previous row while working the next row. That is, while we work our second row, we are going to attach it to the first row. So each row is worked separately. We are not going to work the scarf continuously. We'll see how to do that while we work our row 2. So for now, we'll continue this pattern till the end. So now I'm almost at the end of row 1. You can see how beautifully the zigzags are formed. It looks really good. And here we are at the end of row 1. Here I have a couple of chains that are left. So I'm going to continue working my zigzag stitches. So I'll work a chain 3 and then work 1 double crochet each on next 4 chains, and then I will skip 3 chains and work a slip stitch at the end to finish off this row. So now once the row 1 is complete, I'm going to fasten off and work a slip stitch and weave the ends. You can just knot the 2 ends together and then you can snip off the extra yarn. So now we have worked our row 1. Next we are going to work the same pattern for row 2, but we are not going to work that independently. While working row 2, we are going to attach the row 2 to row 1. We'll see how to do that. So once again I have worked 288 plus 4 chains, that is 292 chains. And we'll continue working the zigzag. While working the zigzag, we'll continue to attach the row 2 to row 1. We'll see how to do that. So we have to place our row 1 in a way that our right side is facing on the top and our foundation chain comes at the bottom. You can see the foundation chain here. This is our foundation chain and the top is the double crochet rows. So you have to place our row 1 in such way. And now I have worked 288 chains. So I'm going to work my turning chains, that is plus 4 chains here, and then I will work 1 double crochet on the 5th chain from the hook, and then I will continue working 1 double crochet each on the next 3 chains. And once I have done that, I will skip 3 chains and work a slip stitch on the 4th chain. Now once we have worked the slip stitch, this is where we'll continue to attach our row 2 to row 1. We'll see how. Work 2 chains instead of 3 and then work a slip stitch on the foundation row right where I show the hook. That's where we have skipped 3 chains and our last double crochet of the first zigzag, right? That's where you will work a slip stitch and then you will continue working 1 double crochet each on the next 4 chains. Now you will continue attaching each zigzag in the same way for this entire row. Now we have worked our second zigzag here. I have skipped 3 chains and work a slip stitch on the 4th chain now. And once again work 2 chains instead of 3 and the slip stitch will be our 3rd chain. And work a slip stitch on our second zigzag of our row 1 where our skipped 3 chains and our last double crochet is located. That's where you will work your slip stitch. This slip stitch is considered as our 3rd chain and then work 1 double crochet each on the next 4 chains of row 2. And once you have worked 4 double crochets, skip 3 chains and work a slip stitch on the 4th chain. Now once again work 2 chains and then work a slip stitch on the 3rd zigzag of row 1 where our skipped 3 chains and last double crochet is, and then continue working 1 double crochet each on next 4 chains of row 2 and skip 3 chains and work a slip stitch on the 4th chain. So continue working in this way till the end. In that way you also attach your row 2 to row 1 on each zigzag. So continue working this pattern till the end. I'll meet you at the end of this row. Here is our work. Once we have completed a couple of zigzags of row 2 that is attached to row 1, we're going to continue repeating this till the end. Don't miss any zigzags to be attached while you're working row 2. So make sure you attach each zigzags of row 2 to row 1 as you go. Now I'm almost at the end of row 2. I have only my last zigzag left to be worked, and then once that is done I will work a slip stitch on my last chain, and then I will work a fasten off and weave my ends. Now this is the end of row 2. So we are going to continue working this pattern for each row until we reach row number 16. So you're just going to follow this row 2 until we reach row number 16. So this is the same thing that we repeat until we reach row 16. This is our third row. Same way I have worked 288 chains plus 4 chains, and I will continue to attach this row 3 to row 2 as we did for row 2 while we attached it to row 1. So it's gonna be the same repeat. So continue working this until we reach row number 16. So that will be pretty much consuming the entire skein. So continue working this way until we reach row number 16. So repeat this work. You can see the colors flowing. I'm not cutting through the yarn or deconstructing this cake yarn. For this project, I'm letting the colors flow. So you need not deconstruct it. So here is it. Here is the scarf at the end of row 16. See the drape. It looks really pretty, and it has a wonderful drape. And can't believe this entire scarf is worked with only one skein of mandala yarn, which is only 590 yards. And these are the ends. If you want, you can add fringes, but if you add fringes, you cannot style them in many ways. You can just only wear them like a scarf. So I prefer not to add any fringes. I'm just weaving in the ends of the last row. So this is how your ends look like. So I'm gonna just weave it, and then I will snip it, and then I will make sure the knot goes inside. And you have to do this for every row. So as I told you, I have consumed pretty much the entire cake of this mandala yarn, but I have only left or stopped when the color was changing to white, because I didn't like white. It kind of popped up with this color flow, so I didn't want this white, so I stopped when the color changed to white. And I had a color repeat of maroon, which also I didn't want. So if you are using any other color scheme, you can go ahead, work a few more rows until the entire skein is consumed. But only for this color I didn't want the white. But if you like it, there is nothing wrong. You can go ahead, work with white as well if you are working for with Cupid for this scarf. And these are a few ways I styled this scarf. I styled it as a cowl, I styled it as a scarf, I styled it as a shawl, and a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. The written pattern is available in the description. Do not forget to check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to the Yarn Bowl. More fun patterns are awaiting for you. Please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.